Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're exploring something really fundamental to personal transformation.
Mm-hmm.
It's the power of what you tell yourself every single day. If
Absolutely.
you're looking to, ignite that inner fire, maybe align your actions with your highest potential, then yeah, this deep dive is definitely for you.
We're unpacking a really powerful set of insights. These come from the wisdom of Denzel Washington, specifically his 9 things to tell yourself every day.
Right. And our source material for this, it comes from an inspiring YouTube video transcript. It's titled 9 Things to Tell Yourself Every Day, Denzel Washington Motivation from the Motiva Mind channel.
Good source.
Yeah. And our mission today, it's really to go beyond just, reciting these affirmations. We want to delve into the underlying truths.
Get under the hood a bit.
Exactly. Understand how they actually train the mind and, well, nourish the soul, and discover what these daily practices truly mean for your journey. We're pulling out the most potent nuggets of knowledge and exploring, the practical application.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's begin.
It's quite insightful, really, how these statements, they seem simple on the surface, right?
Yeah, too.
But when you apply them consistently, they can fundamentally rewire our internal landscape. They're not just words, they're more like cognitive tools.
That's a powerful point, a really powerful point. And it sets the stage perfectly for our first affirmation. I am the best.
Mm.
Now, for many, myself included sometimes, that might sound a bit audacious, maybe even arrogant.
It can come across that way.
Yeah. So how do we separate this from, just ego? The source actually clarifies this. It says it isn't about arrogance. It's about a deep-seated belief in yourself.
Right.
It highlights recognizing the greatness in yourself and emphasizes that when you truly embody this, you don't stop for doubt. You don't stop for fear.
Crucially.
And critically, yes, you stop letting other people define your worth. It's really about being the best version of you, underscoring that success starts with your mindset.
And what's truly profound about saying I am the best isn't just the statement itself. It's understanding the psychological mechanism.
Okay.
When you consistently affirm this, you're not just patting yourself on the back. You're actively cultivating what psychologists call self-efficacy.
Self-efficacy, right?
Yeah, your belief in your own capacity to execute the actions needed to achieve specific goals. So it moves beyond just a general feeling. It becomes a practiced skill. And that empowers you to walk into any situation with purpose, embracing challenges instead of, shying away.
That distinction is vital, isn't it, between arrogance and active self-efficacy?
Absolutely.
And it flows perfectly, actually, into the second affirmation. I can do anything.
Mm-hmm.
This one highlights that stark contrast between I can and I can't, and how often we create these, self-imposed limitations.
So often.
Telling yourself, I can do anything, genuinely, as the source says, opens doors to new possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
But, for many people, the gap between that belief and actually doing something, it can feel huge.
It can.
Well, what's the real bridge there? Is it just willpower or something else?
Well, I think the bridge is really consistency and relentless action.
Action, okay.
Yeah. The source points out it's not about waiting for someone to give you permission or waiting for the right time. It's about creating those opportunities for yourself.
Proactive.
Exactly. It speaks to overcoming inertia. Look, every successful person has faced doubt, uncertainty, fear.
Of course.
But they didn't let that stop them. The real power lies in taking action despite the fear, consistently moving forward. It's about building up that track record, those small victories that reinforce the I can.
So it turns potential into something real.
Precisely, into actual achievement.
Okay, that leads us naturally to the third affirmation.
Mm-hmm.
And this one is incredibly powerful, I think, especially when things feel tough.
Mm-hmm.
My future is bright. This feels almost counterintuitive, doesn't it? Especially on those days when, your current reality feels anything but bright.
Definitely. It takes effort sometimes.
The insight here is not focusing on the clouds, as the source puts it, but keeping your eyes on the horizon. It stresses that the setbacks you face today are just setting the stage for something better.
I like that framing.
And that your failures are lessons, not defeats.
Indeed. And this connects directly to resilience and the importance of what we call cognitive reframing.
Right, reframing.
By choosing to focus on a bright future, even when you're in the thick of adversity, you're actively shaping your perspective. The source reminds us that every storm runs out of rain.
That's a great line.
It encourages patience, hope, framing current challenges not as endpoints, but just temporary phases. This future-focused mindset empowers you to trust the process,
Okay.
understanding that your present difficulties, well, they're actually paving the way for growth and eventual achievement.
And as we're sort of looking towards that bright horizon, it's not just about picturing it, is it? It's about actively building towards it, piece by piece.
Exactly, brick by brick.
Which brings us perfectly to number 4. I am getting better each day.
Love this one.
Yeah, me too. It's all about continuous incremental progress, not striving for some, I don't know, unattainable instant perfection.
Which is impossible anyway.
Right. You're not going to wake up tomorrow and suddenly be perfect, but the source says you can wake up tomorrow and be better than you were yesterday.
That's the key.
It's about becoming stronger, smarter, wiser, more capable. And the source wisely points out that growth isn't always obvious, but it's happening with every challenge, every mistake.
And, you know, a deeper perspective here is the profound impact of compounding.
Ah, like compound interest.
Exactly like compound interest. Small daily improvements, they accumulate into significant growth over time. Embracing this mindset lets you stop being so hard on yourself for not being perfect right now.
Yeah, gives you some grace.
It does, and instead, you appreciate the journey. Every lesson learned, every obstacle overcome, it's shaping the person you are meant to be, even if the full picture isn't clear yet. It's about celebrating that consistency over, fleeting perfection.
Consistency over perfection. I like that. Okay, now for something really fundamental. Number 5. I will work hard.
The core of it all, maybe.
It feels like it. This is a universal truth, isn't it? Success is not handed to anyone. There are truly, truly no shortcuts in life.
None.
This affirmation is about that commitment to grinding, pushing, and becoming better, while maybe others are sleeping, doubting, making excuses. It reinforces that hard work builds discipline, and discipline builds success. And that powerful idea that hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard.
That quote always hits home. And this point really highlights the difference between just wanting something, aspiration, and actually making it happen. Actualization.
Right.
The source implies that true progress comes from pushing through the discomfort, through the fatigue, through the doubt. It's not just about effort, but consistent effort, a dedication to the process, even when it's, really hard.
Yeah.
The reward isn't just the external thing, the outcome. It's the internal transformation, the competence that comes from actually earning your success.
Earning it. Okay. And following right on the heels of hard work, we get to number 6. No excuses.
Ooh, a tough one for many.
Definitely. This is a critical look at excuses, which the source boldly calls nothing but lies we tell ourselves.
Wow. Straightforward.
It really is. It challenges those common ones we all hear or maybe use. Too tired, too busy, too old, too young.
We've all been there.
The core message is stop telling yourself what you can't do and start focusing on what you can do. It really boils down to a stark choice, doesn't it? You either find a way or you find an excuse.
It's compelling to think about it that way. Successful individuals, they inherently practice what you might call radical ownership.
Radical ownership. Explain that.
Well, they understand that excuses are just a form of self-sabotage. By declaring no excuses, you're not just avoiding blame, you're actively shutting down those cognitive biases, the ones that try to protect your ego.
Right.
And instead, you focus on finding solutions. Every single excuse is, like the source says, a missed opportunity, a chance to learn, to grow, to move forward that you just let slip by.
Okay, wow. That hits hard.
Uh-huh.
Now, here's where it feels like it really speaks to something deeper, like a purpose.
Yeah.
Number 7, I was born to do great things.
Powerful stuff.
Yeah. This taps into that inherent sense of calling, maybe, that exists within each of us. Do you feel that pull inside you that's great? Because that, the source says, is calling your name. You weren't put here just to get by, to be average. You have a purpose, a calling. And every single day, you need to remind yourself that greatness is in your DNA. You were designed with a unique talent, a gift that the world needs.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, this isn't just a feel-good statement. It's a call to profound personal responsibility.
Responsibility and truth.
Yeah. It encourages aligning yourself with your unique contribution to the world. Every challenge you face can then be reframed. It's preparation for your moment of greatness.
Like training.
Exactly. A refining process that enables you to shine and truly walk in your purpose. It's about recognizing that your unique design implies, a unique destiny.
Wow. Okay. Then we have number 8. Something I think everyone listening can relate to. People's opinions don't affect me.
A big one in today's world.
Isn't it? When you start living life on your terms, you will face criticism. You'll face doubt, people trying to bring you down. It's almost inevitable.
Unfortunately.
The affirmation states it clearly. People's opinions don't affect me. It emphasizes not giving people the power to shake your confidence. Opinions are just that opinions, they aren't facts.
Important distinction.
And often, the source suggests most people are projecting their own insecurities onto you. The focus should always be on how you see yourself.
You know, a deeper perspective here is about cultivating an internal locus of control.
Okay, internal locus of control.
Yeah. Instead of looking outside yourself for validation, you anchor your worth and your direction within yourself. The source encourages staying focused, locked in, grounded in your purpose.
Let the results speak.
Let the results speak for themselves, exactly, rather than being swayed by all that outside noise. It's a powerful lesson in self-validation, really, and setting healthy boundaries around how you see yourself.
Healthy boundaries. Crucial. And finally, number 9. This feels like the ultimate reminder. It kind of transcends the grind of achievement. Life is precious.
Grounds everything.
It really does.
Yeah.
This one hits home. It stresses, don't waste a single moment. Don't let negativity steal your joy. And so importantly, don't take the people you love for granted.
Here.
Every single day you're alive is a gift, and that life is too short to be anything but your best.
And this really ties the entire journey together, doesn't it? It grounds all that ambition in gratitude and presence.
Yeah.
While we're working hard pushing towards our goals, we also have to appreciate the beauty around you. Take time to laugh, to love, to live fully. Make every day count by focusing on things that bring joy or purpose.
The holistic view, then.
Exactly. A holistic view of a life well lived. It ensures that in the pursuit of greatness, whatever that means to you, we don't forget the sheer preciousness of existence itself.
So we've journeyed through these 9 affirmations. Pretty profound stuff, really. From cultivating that internal belief to appreciating the preciousness of every single moment. These aren't just empty words, are they? They feel like a holistic framework for living a life filled with, well, greatness, potential, and purpose.
They really are, these simple yet profound truths. When you tell them to yourself daily, consistently, they can genuinely transform your experience. They can open doors of opportunity.
Yeah.
They're not just, motivational slogans you put on a poster. They're actionable tools for shaping your reality and ultimately living more fully.
So as you, our listener, carry these insights forward, maybe consider this. How could consistently applying just one of these daily affirmations ripple through your life, say over the next week or month or even year?
What kind of impact could that have?
Yeah, what kind of future are you starting to claim for yourself right now by embracing these principles?